Hello and welcome back for part 61 of This is Total War with Throgg. So we had a fairly uneventful end turn just at the start of turn 137 here. Last turn I ummed and ahed about how to deal with Balthasar Gelt and his army here, but in the end things look like they've worked out the way we want. I think the AI saw that none of my armies were within range to attack this turn, and feeling safe, Gelt then came and recolonized Fort Ostrosk. Now, if the AI had looked ahead 2 turns rather than just 1 turn, I don't think they would have made this decision, because they've really depleted their units down to something like, well, 35% strength. They're not getting much replenishment, I think because of the Chaos Corruption, maybe. Although, yeah, the predicted bars for the replenishment aren't always accurate, but even if they're a bit off, you know, this army is going to be significantly under strength even next turn. And on the next turn, I'm going to be able to either kill the army or take Fort Ostrosk, like blow it up. So I think we managed to pull a fast one on the AI here, or at least exploit the way the AI is programmed. So let's see. We want to set up an attack with these 2 armies. I'd love to be able to do a bit more recruitment. Yeah, nothing in the Regiment of Renown for a few turns. Unfortunately, the border is just in a really awkward space. Like, yeah, so we'd have to stand here if I wanted to recruit. Well, maybe that's okay. I've got this larger army that can come closer.
I'll ignore that.
Okay, Gelt can get all the way out here. Looks like, yeah, he can get to Hell Pit too. I think, yeah. That's a little concerning. Even his depleted army may be able to come take me out there. That said, if I make a strong show of force here, I think he's unlikely to just abandon Fort Ostrosk and go attack Hell Pit. No, if I go for a block army, the chance is so low I can't even do it. Yeah, alright. So this hero... really need to try and level this hero up. That's the problem in the campaign is like, we don't have a great way as Norscan to increase the recruitment rank, especially on the sorcerers, and it's hard to build up the number you get without, you know, having lots of high tier settlements. So then you're in a situation where like you can increase the capacity, but then you've got tons of low rank heroes that need to level up.
Dominate.
Okay, I think I've figured out what I'm going to do here. So if this army comes down here. Now, Gelt can attack this if he wants, but he's not going to have enough movement to make that attack. Well, actually, I can just come have my other army in range to reinforce. That works fine. In fact, yeah, because now for sure I'm going to have enough movement to get here next turn. I could even go into ambush stance with this army if I wanted. Yeah. I think that's pretty smart. Likely to get spotted, but that's fine.
Yes.
You're right, because raiding... well... no, yeah, I'll leave him here in raiding camp stance, just to make a show of force. If Gelt doesn't take this threat seriously, he might come attack Hell Pit, which is actually not really what I want. Anyway, over here... oh nice, we can recruit female warriors. Great. Fortunately they take 2 turns to recruit, which is too bad. I don't think I want trolls. The leadership's just so low. Well,
I will not
against a bunch of archers and also spearmen. Yeah, I think I'll just stick to regular marauders. Then again, I've already got a ton of regular marauders and hunters. Alright, I'm not... I'm skeptical about this, but I'll go for the trolls, since it just adds a slightly different dimension, some faster units, less vulnerable to AoE spells and artillery. Also, before I forget, let's just check on mounts. Alright, this guy's fighting on foot. He looks pretty well set up. Yeah, that's fine, but having a lord who has the option to be on a horse here would actually not be bad. Right. So you're both Infernal Dominance. Yeah.
Tribesmen, gather.
So I wonder if I could kick this guy out for somebody else. And have him pick up a horse. Sure, let's do that. Yeah, this guy's not going to have many melee units in his army, so Misshapen maybe even is better right now than Infernal Dominance. So let's go for Warhorse, and then this. Hold on. Actually, we'd probably do want that extra movement. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. Most of his army is going to be javelins. Right. And... okay, the guy I swapped out only had one item here. Let's give this guy a banner to increase speed. Right, have that actually on himself. Alright, and I'm also silly and forgot the name of the guy I just switched out. Should be at the bottom of the list. Yeah, Viggo Torgerson.
Despoil, ravage.
So did he have a magic weapon? I don't think so. Yeah, it's too bad that I've got quite a few generic lords and lots of the portraits look the same. Okay, so this is the guy I swapped out. Yeah, giving him magic resistance isn't the worst. I mean, we're up against Balthazar Gelt, he obviously has magic. You know, leadership on their trolls actually also probably good. How many war banners do I have? 2 plus Gleaming Pendant. Okay, that covers the 3 troll units. Not actually sure they can be equipped on trolls, but whatever, we can see. And this lord's going to be coming in reinforcing, so it's not so essential that he has other buffs and stuff. I can give him Mammoth Tamer. Slight extra leadership debuff. Okay. Yeah, we don't really have any good magic weapons to give him that aren't on someone more important. I guess you can have... yeah, I take that back. I can switch gear off of the sorcerer Kiha. Who doesn't need it? Okay. Alright, I think this is good. I'm still not completely sure what Gel will do, but so far this has more or less been what I wanted to happen. I don't know what all these units are, but I'm assuming we can beat them. I think we probably can. Alright, and we're starting the Great Recolonization Project.
Immediately.
So, you
The hound can
get over this way. Colonize or recolonize Bay of Blades next turn. Because I think I'm doing enough damage to the north of the Empire that it's very unlikely that they're going to be looking to send armies across the water here. Alright, now Wolfric was going to go after Dietershafen. I can see there's no troops here. It's only 7 units in garrison, shouldn't be a problem. Now, let's just check the enemy's strength ranking. Alright, still very low. So I think we still have 1 or 2 turns here before they start to put together stacks. So I can be a little gung-ho, I think, with Wulfric and Throgg making attacks here. That said, let's move my heroes first, just to get as much intel as I can. Okay, so if Leaf blows this up, it's too bad he has to waste a whole turn doing that, but if he blows this up, then he can come down towards Kislev. Surtha Ek here can also come over towards Kislev, possibly. He could make an attack against Betchafen, but I don't have... No, I can't do that. There's 17 units in the garrison. I probably wouldn't want to make the attack with this army, but I don't have a siege attacker anyway. Okay. I'm assuming they're not recruiting anything in Kislev. So this sorcerer... I can't search ruins there. Okay. No, those have been searched too recently. Just trying to find a way to get him to level up.
Yes, going.
Yeah, no sign of enemy troops here.
Enslave the sun.
Just check on the greenskins. I'm sure at some point Grimgor's going to be sending another stack. I mean, it's Grimgor. He doesn't really do, like, you know, non-aggression. Right, here's Desolation of Drakmor. And here is an army that's recruiting. So this is a fresh lord. Yeah, they just recruited him over the end turn, you can see, because they haven't... He comes in at rank 16, which is kind of scary. I mean, that's... They've got so many major settlements that the recruit rank has been powered up by a bunch. But, yeah, at least we've caught this and we can kind of see where this army goes. I mean, with the dwarves here, I'm hoping he doesn't head up north. But anyway, at least the sorcerer spots him. Let's go systematically through my other sorcerers, which I'm guilty of not always doing. Yeah, so let's take a check in Kislev. Kislev's only at tier 4, that's really too bad. I'd love to take it at tier 5, because then I could capture it myself at tier 4, right? Because this always gets knocked down a tier. Alright, so be it. Okay. So taking Kislev in the next couple of turns looks like a really good thing to try and do. Let's hold off on Surtha just for a second. Same for Throgg. Right, this guy. Where is military presence? Military presence 4. Okay, good. We found some people. Military presence 4, so they've got 8 or 9 units here, but they're not in Hergig. So they've got 8 or 9 units in Brass Keep. Interesting. Well, that... They can recruit flagellants. They can't be... Yeah, that's not a great place for them to be recruiting, so I'm fine with that. Also, the geography is a little awkward here, right? Yeah, I mean, okay, they can come through this forest bit here, but I don't think they could get to Wolfenburg in a turn. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can keep an eye on them. Well, we can't get up there this turn, so... This isn't a sorcerer, though. He doesn't have Black Army. Getting rank ups on him and risking him getting wounded doesn't seem so smart. Yeah, we didn't quite get line of sight there. That's alright. Middenheim, plus 22 public order, but none of that's... Yeah, none of that is military presence. Alright, that's all of my sorcerers moved. So yeah, I think this is basically just confirming what I thought, that we've got another 1 or 2 turns where we can more or less do what we want before we have to worry about Empire counterattack. They may be waiting for the legendary lords to get back. I think it's only Gelt who, like, recovers from being wounded instantly. Volkmar and Karl have to wait at least a little longer, I think. So if he comes down here, at least be on the right side of the settlement, then we're going to make this attack and raise Volksgrad. I think I'm fine to auto-resolve this and take a little bit of damage. Yeah, it is only a little bit. Alright, Man's Ruin, not bad. And a Norse Berserker, and another Mammoth Tamer. And Leaf is actually my most promising non-legendary lord here. He's getting close to a mammoth, which is fantastic. He's also maxed out his discount on units. Alright, this guy got Arcane Conduit, that's really great too. And Deadly Onslaught for you. Alright, so some really big gains here, my Lord and Heroes. Yeah, it's not the best equipped for Siege. Kislev isn't that strong though, they don't have an enhanced garrison, it's only the 9 units, and I do have Kihar on his dragon, who's good obviously. So I think we'll be able to manage fine. Alright, so Surtha...
What?
I'd love to blow this up or sack it, but Surtha's just not the army to do that. So I think I want to move to about here and go into in camp stance. Could alternatively search ruins at Zavastra.
Spoil and ravage.
Alright, 1 point away from Lightning Strike. That'll be good to grab. So next turn,
Northmen
I'm not going to be able to launch this attack. No. And I have the same problem for like a siege attacker in Surtha's army. But I think that's fine. Just trying to decide if I want to search Zavastra or use encamp stance for the replenishment. I think I want the replenishment here. So let's go move to about there.
sent by the serpent.
Have to bear in mind there could be dwarf armies here as well. It's a bit less likely now the dwarf territory's gone. They're more likely to have armies in the east, but...
The tribe consents.
Alright, let's move to
This way.
there and go into encamp stance. Yeah, that's a reasonable bit of replenishment. I can at least besiege Kislev even if I can't launch the assault. Yeah, it's actually too bad kind of they're not recruiting a lord here that we can just sort of wipe out before he gets strong. Okay, next up is Wulfric, who I think can get to Dietershafen.
I am the Wanderer.
Yeah, so this, I wouldn't mind sacking this, but I think
Settled.
in the interest... Oh, can he not get there? 0%.
They can't hide.
He can.
I'll guards.
Alright, nice. But he's not going to have movement to sack and then occupy. So, with that in mind, I'm just going to forego the sacking and occupy this right away. Yep, establish outpost.
Norscan.
Good. That actually gives us more line of sight, which is nice. Because it lets us keep an eye on things. Okay, so Laurelorn Forest we do have to worry a little about. So the Wood Elves...
Consider yourself lucky that we didn't send you to parley with the Dryads.
They've probably got a full stack plus change, right? Based on this. Hard to tell how aggressive they'll be towards us.
To the four corners.
Okay, well... we're done with moving this turn anyway. And right, working towards 100 champions. Yep. Yeah, minus 60 armor. I think we've got enough armor piercing on my units like Werkin and my lords that I'll go for the final transformation instead. Although yeah, I find this spell so expensive. So we've got 3 points still, so we can max it out. Yeah, that looks fine. We're still in the position where, unfortunately, we can't do any recruitment to bolster Wulfric's army. We might be able to next turn, because we're not going to be able to get to Wrecker's Point, which is a logical next target. So if I stood... Yeah, so I might stand here and recruit next turn.
Yes.
Does that work? Can I actually get a recruitment building down? Yeah, I can. Oh no, sorry, that's not a recruitment building. Here we go. So I could get a recruitment building down. Let's see here.
My challenge? Undeniable.
So what do I want in this army?
The eternal challenge.
Well, I can't get more mammoths, which is really what I want. I don't think Marauder Hunters are really what I want. The mammoths aren't a very good front line for missile units. I think I actually will go for Marauder Horsemen. We also want to turn taxes off here. Let's see. Yeah, maintaining public order here could be a bit of a struggle. We should be okay though, thanks to the +5 global bonus from Wolfric. Obviously, sitting in the settlement and giving it +16 this turn helps a lot. Yeah, I think it should be okay. Alright, so now for Throgg. And Throgg can come down here and attack Wolfenburg. It's kind of a bit of a bold move. I mean, it's a tier 5 settlement with an 18 garrison defense, but those are all going to be like inexperienced garrison troops. I think I want to make this assault. Look at that sack value. 40,000 pretty much. Yeah, let's do it. Alright. So what are we up against? Mortars, not that effective against my heroes. Oh, doesn't look like we have much tree cover. That could be a bit of an issue. As in, we're going to get shot. Okay, fair enough. It makes sense that the occupants of the city would clear the trees here, but so many of the settlements have like random stuff to hide in that I got a little used to it, I guess. So there's a bit of a blind spot here, it looks like. They've got 4 units of handgunners. Yeah, those are scary. Everything else I think is not too bad. Even with just the one Werkin and Throgg, plus my spellcasters, I think I can get most of this done, and we can throw in the rest of the troops if needed right at the end, I'm thinking. Yeah, 5 units of greatswords, that's quite a few. Oh, maybe we do have enough trees to hide. Okay. Let's gamble. Definitely want more magic than that. Good. Oh, we rolled a 5 into a 5. Nice. Okay. So these are upgraded defenses, as in, these are not just, yeah, missile, like arrow towers, they actually have cannons. So I definitely want my infantry to be concealed. Oh dear. That's a bit of an issue. I'm not seeing the hide. The symbol showing they're actually hidden. Let's see, any other trees? Nah. And this is just straight up the edge of the map, right? Yeah. Well, we could have my infantry kind of clump up here. Liable to get a little shot by the mortars, but probably not even. Let's maybe try with one of these units. All I need is for somewhere in the tree cover, just have the unit be completely concealed, but yeah, I'm not getting it. Alright, well, fair enough. In that case,
Chaos Marauders!
how do I want to do this? Certainly no reason to get shot by the second tower, so let's have my heroes out here to just bait cannon shots for a second. I don't think that should be a problem.
Chaos good! What to do?
Yeah, and this sorcerer has Arcane Conduit, but
Where to hex?
he's otherwise not really so useful. Okay, so he can hide in the forest, but there's just not space for my infantry. Oh no, I can. There we go. Aha. We found it. Secret forest hidey hole. good.
What?
Oh wow, Marauder champions are just lousy at hiding, I guess. Oh. Okay. So everyone there is hidden. Ah, including the Marauder champs. Perfect. Let's have the big lads over on this side.
Throgg, ready!
And yeah, we should be good.
Chaos Marauders!
And we are actually hidden, which is great. Could even have just deployed out of range of those towers. I guess I assumed that the upgraded towers would be able to hit the whole map, but not the case this time. Guess that's worth knowing. Okay, so yeah, Trolls and Vermeer just hang out for a second. So I think step one, gonna be dealing with the handgunners up on the walls, although obviously really juicy targets here for some maybe Penumbral Pendulum down this is what I want to start with. Just switch these two around. Have the work him number 2. There we go. Yeah, I want to try a Penumbral Pendulum down that infantry line. Oh, that was pretty good. I didn't get that many kills, but I did, like, basically half the health of these units. If they stay there, I can just run it back. What's this unit? Oh, that's a Bright Wizard, okay. I think I'll do one more Penumbral Pendulum and then target the handgunners with something. They're not really... Yeah, they're not super well positioned. And I'll save the rest of the magic and my big AoE stuff for once Throgg and the work in. Go break down the gate. Okay, they looked like they want to give me an even better pendulum, so I will accept. Nice, okay. So that's 30 Winds of Magic for 200 kills, which probably a bit of a worse rate than Flamestorm, but decent. So as for these handgunners, I guess I maybe don't have a great option against them. Well, no, never mind. I think, yeah, Searing Doom's not bad here. Ah, hold on though. You're buried within my clump of infantry in the woods. Alright, never mind that. Wait a second. Something hit us. Look at this, all my guys... Huh. We were at full strength, right? And all these units just took damage. I wonder what that was off. Oh well, whatever. Doesn't look like there's anything still shooting us. Yeah, so Throgg, work in, knock down the gate. Alright, Bright Wizard's casting Burning Head. Yeah, it's not going to do anything. And yeah, I guess never mind what I said about targeting the handgunners, they can't even hit us right now. Alright, think another pendulum's in order. I've got 5 units just perfectly lined up. It's like, can't really not do it. I wonder if this guy can cast his... get this cast through the gate. Oh, he can. Yeah, let's get that going now, because this has a long cooldown. A bit of damage to those great swords. Throgg just clipping through the gate. Oh, this is looking like a good pit of shades, maybe. Oh, it was there for a second, and then they spread out slightly. Alright, no worries. Definitely going to get mileage out of a Source of Stone once Throgg and the Werkin are through the gate. Hopefully their mortar gets in range and starts trying to shell us here too. Oh, wait a second. That's actually shelling the Fimir and Grolls. I wonder if we can hide in this wood. It's not that we take that much damage off the mortars on the monster's infantry, but don't really want to stand there taking damage for absolutely no reason. Let's get this down too. Alright, they're hidden. Yeah, we're good. And the gate is 91% down. Hold off on Arcane Conduit for a second, because we've got a bunch of magic. So what I want to do here, I think, is... Alright, let's go, boys. What I want to do is use Pit of Shades, and then... while the enemy is kind of locked up, go for my big AoE spells off the scrolls. Like this one. Also got another use of this, which is great. Get going with the Tormentor Sword. Get going with the Lightning Storm. Yeah, victory's in our grasp. I think we killed quite a lot of people with all that AoE stuff here. Let's go for their captain. Bring him down. Ah, here comes the Reiksguard. Or Empire Knights, rather. Okay. Right, and I've got the handgunners redeployed here. And the shelling their own guys with the mortars. Yeah, I think even with just the 2 guys doing the fighting here, we should be able to manage this fine. I'm gonna go ahead and bring my monstrous infantry in as well. Won't hurt. Okay. It's not the best orientation for this, but the problem with casting it side to side where it would do more damage is it kind of behaves funnily with the walls inside the settlement. Oh, that's a good one though. Yeah, Throgg barely taking damage here. I mean, when he's got his buffs down, 103 melee defense, just not many enemies going to be hitting him. Yeah, I think we've done a good job with this. Alright, you boys charge in. This route would have a left, although it looks like they've had enough, to be honest. Alright, is there someone actually blocking? No, we're in. Yeah, they might reveal our hidden units, but they haven't got anyone to crew their cannon towers now, so that is not a problem. Yeah, let's get on into these handgunners, since they are about to start shooting. Yep. Look at the mortar just ruthlessly blasting their own dudes. They're trying to predict where my guys are going, right? But it didn't do a check for who's actually standing there. Alright, this is very close to being all over, I believe. Guess we can turn around and just take out their captain. Yeah, taking some damage on these guys, but it's all good. Okay. I think they're very close to getting the army losses.
Ready to ravage! Good plan!
You in any danger of that? No, you're fine. Oops. Didn't mean to hit the gate with that, but it's all fine. Yeah, we've got into the melee of their mortars. Oh, they have a reasonable amount of stuff left here, actually. Alright. So what's this? Oh, they've got a full unit of Empire Knights and Greatswords. Okay. Well, let's go for the Greatswords. Not really paying attention to what's happening outside, but it's just the shattered units routing. Okay, and we got him. Good. Yeah, nice to be able to manage that without taking much damage. I'm going to just sack the settlement, then stay here for the next turn when I'll raise it. So, with that in mind, we won't be getting replenishment for a couple of turns, but I'm feeling confident even if, like, the troops being recruited out of Brass Keep are stronger than I think, and they are able to come attack us or something, we should be fine. Yeah, just let Throgg regenerate a little bit. So 100 kills on Throgg, 162 on the Werkin, but 582, yeah. I mean, even without the best spells out of the Law of Fire, we're still able to do so much damage against lightly armored troops with magic. Be cool to get a breakdown of which spell does how much damage. Like, 15 Winds of Magic for the upgraded Pendulum is quite a lot when Pit of Shades or Flamestorm just cost 10. But on the other hand, when the troops are lined up perfectly, maybe it does do more damage? Alright, that'll do. Little confused about how I actually took damage. It was like, yeah, it was like the AI did see the rest of my army in the forest right at the beginning and got a cannonball shot at them or something. Like I just took a bit of, almost the same amount of damage on each of the units. I don't know. Oh, right, and they show us having kills because the game figures out, it just dishes up the remaining, like the surviving enemies between my soldiers because it's a siege defense, so they're all getting killed. Nice, and another vial of Troll Blood. Okay. Yeah, weapon strength plus 15%, vial of Troll Blood. That's good. I think actually that's probably better than the Manticore Horn on Throgg.
Battle time is feeding time!
Yeah, so we're not going to be able to do anything here except go into raiding stance. So next turn we can raise this. Too bad we have to use all our movement to do that, but so it goes. What do I want to do with Throgg afterwards? Maybe come to Betschaffen with Throgg? Yeah, okay. So we can stay on this side of Wolfenberg. Go to raid. This guy gets a chariot. Very good. And that was a pretty nice turn. Yeah, can't really do anything with those heroes.
Lord of the Monster Horde.
And this deck is getting built up, that's excellent. Have to figure out exactly where to send it, but we're a few turns off being ready to move out. You're keeping an eye on Drakkenmoor. Yep, you're all good. Everything here looks like it's taken care of. Recruiting trolls. We'll see how well that works. Yeah. If you've watched much of this campaign, you know that apart from Throgg, who's my favourite troll, I am not a fan of the others. Alright, so let's go look at building stuff. I thought for a second... Oh, okay, I mistook this building. Yeah, we finished the landmark in Erengrad. For a second I thought that this was the building... this was one of the buildings that let me recruit more work in, but no, it's the building that lets me get Fimir and trolls here. Ideally, I'd like to fill Throgg's army up with these Fimir. Maybe I can have one of these lords do that recruitment and then hand them off to him when he's coming back up here. Yeah, okay, might kind of waste a turn to do, but I like Fimir on Throgg so much more than like the melee Marauder champs. And I've got some space in the army even. Okay. Let's go through this. Grayling Moot, Frozen Landing. So everything's stable here. We're bringing in a decent amount of growth. Savage Orcs are just out of it, which is fine. I don't even think I'm going to bother doing defenses here. Just probably go for more growth, get to tier 3 as fast as possible, get this going towards higher tiers as well. Yeah. Alright, nothing needs doing here. Just make sure I'm not taxing this. Yeah, the trouble with these coastal regions is you end up with just like settlements. Yeah, settlements like this. I mean, I don't think we're going to be able to... I'm not sure we're going to be able to really do anything about a revolt here. I think I'm still justified in trying to just have Wulfric tear through as fast as possible, but do have to keep an eye on this public order. Yeah, so I was thinking about this offline, like between recordings, and so this marble quarry, right? It's a tiny amount of income, 5% construction cost down for all buildings. Like, that's going to save me gold for sure, but the amounts of gold that we're getting from winning battles from sacking is just seems so large compared to our actual how much we're spending, like the normal tax and building costs of like the standard economy stuff. So I think I'm gonna kind of change my mind on this and actually go for a building that lets us recruit another work in. I think I kind of even want that building in every region. Like, yeah, even demolishing one of these two to grab it here as well. Let's see. So Longship Graveyard and Ice Drake Fjord are part of Sea of Claws, but that only extends up to here. Right, so I'm not going to reveal territory beyond what I already know from recolonizing these. Keeping growth here is good, and building up population surplus is good, because even though this is maxed out, I can eventually use that to grow these other two, so that's fine. I'm making a lot of money off sacking still. Alright, let's just leave it for the time being. Alright, okay, that looks like everything we can build. We haven't encountered any new factions. No. Do I want another army to start some more recruitment? I guess I could recruit... No, I'm already using the local recruitment out of Erengrad. Let's just leave it. Yeah, I'm not sure that building more infantry armies is really worth it, and I'm already, like, bottlenecked on the mammoth recruitment. It's too bad that this upgraded building doesn't increase recruit rank for the Werkin hero. Like, lots of the hero recruitment buildings in other factions do that, but sadly, not Norska's. Alright, we're mainly just looking to see what Gelt is up to. I think you've already got this stuff. Yeah. Okay, so let's end the turn, see what happens. Alright, that's annoying, although I think being in camp stance should mean actually replenish that little bit of damage, or most of it. Oh, hinder replenishment. Aha, here's Carl. Okay, and he does have a full stack again. Alright. And I didn't see what happened to... I didn't see what happened to Gelt, but it looks like he did move out. Okay, interesting. Assault Garrison at Erengrad, I don't care at all about that. Rank 17, Sorcerer came back from being wounded over here, that's great. Assault units failure, assault unit success. Alright, we're just a little down on that one unit, that's, yeah, tiny bit of damage, it's okay. Hinder replenishment success. Yeah, it didn't do too much to us. Assault unit failure. So where did Gelt go? I mean, he didn't walk into... Yeah, there's no military presence here. I've got line of sight over this way, so he's not over there. Alright, the Gelt hunt has become more complicated. He may have just bailed on Fort Ostrosk.
Point the way.
Ah, he looks like he did.
Absolutely not.
Okay. So the question marks here, I mean, these guys are just going to be as depleted as these other units. He's not getting replenishment. He really didn't get much replenishment at all. Or the replenishment he took was just lost from the Chaos Corruption from moving here. I think this army is really not a threat. On the other hand, I'm not able to actually come and kill him.
Overrun the world.
So maybe what I want to do is just have one of these armies. Oh, Fort Ostrosk has 0 garrison. Okay. Right, they didn't actually get it to be built up in time.
Chieftain of the tribe.
I think this guy can maybe come sit in Erengrad.
What?
Yeah, can't block Gelt with this hero, which is too bad. I think I should just stand here though, so I can watch what he's doing.
I go. Enslave the Southerners.
Still have imperfect knowledge of these other units, which is unfortunate. I'm just kind of assuming this army can't be too strong.
In agreement.
Let's go ahead and make this attack, and we'll just raise this.
At last.
Yeah, I say attack, but there's no one to fight here, so...
I submit.
Pop.
You have my favor.
Why don't I move my heroes first? That looks like a smart decision. So Karl was in Brass Keep, and he's now in Middenheim, okay. And what are we dealing with here? The local recruitment options were quite limited where he was, so yeah, that's how he's ended up with these flagellants.
I am the wanderer.
Okay. Why don't you come search Salzenmund with the idea of heading south next turn?
I know where.
Okay, we just got the odd one out puzzle. Looks like it's just this. Cultist, +1 Chaos Corruption. Well, every little counts. Mainly just want the rank ups though. Because even this guy at rank 18 is not going to have a good chance of blocking any of the high rank legendary lords. I mean, I can right click on Carl just to see what the chances are. Yeah, 24%. I mean, not consistent at all, obviously. Yeah, you stand in Middenheim, just see where Carl goes. And what can we say about the rest of the Empire? This hasn't increased by very much. Let's do a little run round of their territory. So, Wrecker's Point, just looking for the public order from military presence. Yeah, military presence 5, so that's Karl's army and can't be more than a one-off lord. Yeah. Wiesmund. No military presence here now. Talabheim, no. Betschhafen, no. And nothing over this way. Okay.
Tribesmen, gather! Done!
Alright, you need to make for Kislev, and it doesn't look like... No, it doesn't look like we can afford to go into camp stance or anything.
I will not obey.
Alright, but Gelt can't get over here.
Enslave the Southerners!
Against Kislev... No, I don't want to sack this. I'd rather take this as at higher tier as I possibly can, even though that money's obviously always a temptation. I'm just thinking I could force march here. That would let me meet up with Cirtha, which isn't bad.
Did you say something? To war!
What did the dwarves have here? Don't know. And what did the greenskins do down this way? Oh, they actually...
Harbinger of war!
Yeah, you got half a stat recruited.
More killing!
Alright, 61% success chance, only 2% chance of failing, or getting wounded rather. I will go for this. Just want more experience. That 1% per extra rank on the future block attempts is good.
Journey.
Yeah, I want to get some... Here we go. Good. Vision of other stuff happening. And this is a low rank lord, so we should be able to get a block attempt against him as well. 70%, 1% wounded, yeah. Alright, that's fine. So now we see... Oh, this is the same as Betschhafen, okay. Wait. Who's... It looks like the dwarves just took this.
Greetings. What do you require of the
Oh, Lamian
Caliphate
Sisterhood
Lord?
actually maybe had it. Okay. Lamian Sisterhood is not weak. Oh no, sorry. That's the dwarves. Where's the Sisterhood?
Knight.
Oh, they've got nothing. Okay. Yeah, so the dwarves are probably going to wipe them out. That's fine.
I guide the tribe.
Despoil and ravage!
Let's make absolutely sure I can get to Kislev next turn.
Sent by the serpent!
Force march to here,
Yes!
and you
You have my favor.
come stand here.
Moving out!
I'm not going to get more replenishment, but that's
The
okay.
tribe consents.
When I capture this territory, we'll be able to replenish damaged units, and, like, yes, it's a walled settlement, but the garrison's just going to be too weak.
Bloodthirsty! Marauders all!
Where are you? You're with Wulfric. Okay, what's Wulfric doing this turn? Maybe Wulfric wants to come down and deal with Karl, and then blow up Middenheim. Can't say that isn't tempting.
Where's
my next quarry?
Yeah. What does Carl
Do
have
not
again?
take me for a fool.
Not so clear.
Undefeated.
Well, can grab Marauder Horseman. Not that that's a super high priority. I'd rather stay out of sight, like come here and go into ambush stance, I think.
A challenge?
Ah, it's annoying. Hero over there.
Certainly not.
Yeah, maybe we did not want to move the way we just did.
Not
Although this army can't get out of the forest.
Sea Fangs ready.
Right, because you have to, yeah. You can't, you have to go all the way around to the south, so we're actually,
No.
should be fine, I think.
Champions fall.
I think I like, yeah, I like just using ambush stance here. If we can catch Carl in force march somewhere in this area, that's going to be great. Not seeing anything more important than that little buff. Yep. Okay, so let's have Throgg come blow at Wolfenburg, and his next target is Betchafen, so we'll attack from the east, more or less where we're already standing.
No stopping me. I'll wreck them.
Okay, so it's the same garrison as before, except, yeah, obviously damaged, so shouldn't be a problem. But, out of time for recording today, so we'll blow up Wolfenburg at the start of next part. Yeah, I'm pretty happy still with how this is going. If we can kill isolated Empire stacks like what Gelt and Karl have, and not let them assemble a pile of armies again, then I'm confident we can keep basically progressing and starting to wipe them out. So yeah, thanks for watching, and be back with the next one.